By profession and birth I'm a man of the earth, and I burrow in it like a mole. I dig it and drill it, blast it and fill it for that great commodity gold. Some I'm a brave man, to others a knave man who's taken the earth to his core. A strike man, a black man, a tech man, a spec man who plunders the earth of its gold.
The discovery of gold in Australia in the late 1800s created an unprecedented economic and social boom. People came from all over the world, creating new towns and new industries. And gold became the major export earner for the next 20 years. The gold finds in Victoria were particularly rich, and the state's growth and prosperity has been closely bound up with the development of the gold industry. The late 1970s saw a resurgence of interest in gold, and with it the excitement of new gold finds, capital investment, and the re-expansion of Victoria's traditional gold industry. Graham Ashworth, the managing director of Gold Mines of Victoria Limited, was born at Costerfield, an old gold mining town 10 kilometres south of the Balaclava Hill, where his grandfather worked as a miner. He has held a lifelong belief that there would be a renaissance of gold mining in Victoria, which would have the same far-reaching effects as the gold boom of the 1850s.
Morning.
Can I help you?
Could I have the geological map for Blackwood Barriers Reef, please?
Yes, we've got one that covers this area just here.
To realise his vision, he has worked exhaustively during the past 10 years, searching historical gold mining records, visiting long abandoned sites, obtaining geological data and information on modern technological methods of extracting gold. As a result of his efforts, he has acquired 35 major mining areas throughout Victoria. In the past, these mines had to close down when the price of gold fell and they were no longer economical to operate. Now, with soaring gold prices and the availability of improved technology, it is viable to reopen these mines and extract the reserves of gold which still remain. Graham's predictions of a new gold mining boom in Victoria are about to be realised. The building of this dam marks the first stage before the reopening of the Barriers Reef mine at Blackwood.
Well, we've cleared out almost 4,000 feet of adit now, so we'll be able to run the PVC pipe out along the top of the adit so it comes out across the dam wall into the settling ponds, so we can clear the water, settle the water so that the runoff from the dams will be nice and clean down the river. It's been a lot of work, but it's worthwhile.
In the 1870s, Barriers Reef at Blackwood was a thriving town, and at one period its population numbered between 4,000 and 5,000 people. There was a brewery supplying 14 hotels, and there were banks to buy the prospectors' gold. Today, it has all vanished. Since 1869, 152,000 ounces of gold, valued at over $18 million, has been won from reefs in this locality. The lease at Blackwood, held by Gold Mines of Victoria Limited, covers 3 kilometres of reef line, a total area of approximately 1,000 acres, and covers 35 old gold leases or mines which were in operation 100 years ago. It is estimated that $5 million will be spent in this area to develop the mines. Here was the site and plant used by the Sultan Company in 1880, which is the exact site on which Gold Mines of Victoria Limited are rebuilding the necessary mining plant and facilities. It is envisaged that 180 men will ultimately be employed on the mining, treating, engineering and geological side of the operation. As a result, there will be a regeneration of the Blackwood area. The reopening of the mine at Creswick is progressing well, and it is close to production. Work commenced on the 1st of December 1979 in a two-stage program.
Hello, Pete. Got weather for ducks?
Not too much for ducks even, I reckon.
No, I've brought the cable up for you,
Oh, good on you.
The poppet heads have been erected and the shaft sinking completed. Production of 1,200 tons of ore is planned for the first year, rising to 6,000 tons in the second operating year. The initial production is being treated at the Creswick State Battery.
Yeah, we do have a bit better weather than this, but still, job's got to proceed.
Extensive geological research has been carried out at Costerfield by Brunswick Mining Proprietary Limited and the Department of Minerals and Energy to assess the gold content in these gold antimony mines. The Tate mine at Costerfield is currently being de-watered into specially constructed dams. The extraction of gold from the ore is a highly specialized process and requires tight metallurgical controls. Graham Ashworth's boyhood explorations have given him an intimate knowledge of the mines in this area. Currently, samples are being taken from the third level and are being tested with highly positive results. The old gold miners will tell you that where the ironbark grows, you will find gold. There is no shortage of ironbark around the Balaclava Hill area. The Balaclava mine is an unusual geological configuration and was worked in unconventional ways, with the result that it is the largest open-cut gold mine in Victoria. The Balaclava Reef was discovered when John Lewis, with a miner named Nicholson, was making holes for a puddler. The mine developed rich, and by 1857 employed 60 men and produced £15,000 worth of gold a month. Lewis's brother-in-law, Archibald Menzies, had a share in the mine And the rich profits helped build Menzies Hotel in Burke Street, Melbourne in 1867. In the period from 1866 to 1881, Lewis and Menzies crushed 86,000 tons of quartz and obtained 21,340 ounces of gold, valued then at £85,000. The Balaclava Hill has been described as a stockwork, that is, a deposit in which ore is distributed in veins throughout a mass of rock. Where these veins intersect, the gold found is generally very rich. The principle of mining a mountain still captures the imagination, and though the mine includes various other workings, amongst them a 106-metre shaft, with drives running about 180 metres to the south and north, none of this compares with the open cut as evidence of the sheer physical work accomplished in the 1880s. Gold Mines of Victoria Limited have title to this area and are pursuing an extensive exploration program.
And extending from the corner, the famous Shamrock Hotel. Restored by the state government as one of Victoria's most important historic buildings, the Shamrock is rich in historical association and local lore. The original Shamrock was built in the 1850s, rebuilt in the 1860s, with the present building being erected in 1897. In the roaring days of the gold rush, it was found highly profitable to sweep the bar each night and wash the dirt for the gold dust tramped in on the diggers' boots.
Although alluvial gold was found here in the 1850s, the Deborah Reef on which the central Deborah mine is situated did not become active until the late 1930s. Operations continued here until 1964. Today, the mine has been restored and developed and is currently a tourist attraction operated by the Bendigo Trust. The discovery of gold in Bendigo in the early 1850s caused the greatest gold rush in the history of Australia. The ground was so rich that men lay on their backs with pistols or knives in hand to defend their treasured claim, while others ran round with bags, digging up the gold.
The miner he goes and he changes his clothes, then he makes his way to the shaft. For each man he knows he's going below to put in his 8 hours of grub. With his calico cap and his old flannel shirt, his pants with a strap round the knees, his boots worn too tight and his candle alight, his grib and his billy of tea. He works for his pay at 6 bob a day, and he toils for his missus and kids. He gets what's left over, he thinks he's in clover, to cut off his baccy in quids. With his calico cap and his old flannel shirt, his pants with a strap round the knees, his boots worn too tight and his candle alight, his crib and his billy of tea.
The red sands at Eaglehawk near Bendigo are a byproduct of past gold production where the gold concentrate was transported from all over Australia and Fiji for roasting and cyaniding to extract the gold. These sands still retain large quantities of gold, which Gold Mines of Victoria Limited plan to extract through a large-scale reprocessing operation. An example of the viability of reprocessing can be seen in this small-scale operation run by David Wright near Bendigo.
I looked at this prospect, I was still a student. I'd returned to the college in Bendigo to do an extra year to get a degree instead of a diploma. And while I was doing that, I found this particular dump, and I sort of worked out the number of ounces of gold in the dump and thought, gee, if I could get all that, I could retire. Well, I simply take the sand that I gather in different localities around this area from older mining operations. I take the material that I think is worthwhile treating and do a certain amount of test work on it, and then I simply bring it over here to this plant, and we go through the operation of putting it into the hopper. It goes up the conveyor belt and drops into the first agitator where it's digested, and it's held for sufficient time to let the gold become dissolved. We collect the soluble gold with carbon. It can go quite low, say around 0.5 of a gram per tonne, and it can get up very high, and when it gets very high you'll make a lot of money. It's as simple as that. Some plants in America and South Africa are quite large. They would treat, say, 3,000 tonnes per day, where I'm treating about 30 tonnes per day. So the scale of operation here is very, very small, but however it's quite sufficient and pays the bills.
Wedderburn is situated in the Golden Triangle, so named because many of the largest nuggets in the world have been discovered in this area, including the famous Hand of Faith nugget, found in 1980, which was reputed to be worth $1 million. The areas seen are just northeast of Wedderburn at Craigielee.
Beer's burning now.
Gold Mines of Victoria Limited hold title to approximately 40 acres of mineral claim. These areas contain alluvial gold, which can be seen as nuggets in the alluvium, and also contain much fine gold. Test procedures and samplings are taking place to prove the extent and grade of the gold.
Jeff! I can see it from here now, look at that.
Oh, you little beauty. Look at that,
Tell
Jeff.
you what, Mark, put her here. Look at that, eh? I went to the ground, gets up from Melbourne, eh? She's a ripper, right, isn't it? We're going to get gold like that. Why, we got it made here.
At Chewton, near Castlemaine, the Wattle Gully mining operation is located. This is a joint venture between Swan Resources Limited, Eagle Corporation Limited, and Wattle Gully Gold Mines, no liability, operating as Chewton Gold Associates. A new plant has been installed to replace the old battery and milling circuit, which is capable of handling 100,000 tons a year and can be upgraded to 140,000 tons a year. The ore is conveyed from the mine through a series of crushers and a ball mill. The resulting concentrate is upgraded by a large Wolfrey table, and over 90% of the gold is recovered from the ore in this manner. This operation is an excellent example of the way in which an old mine can be rejuvenated through thoughtful investment planning based on sound geological survey and the application of modern technology. There have been, and still are, many gold mines in Victoria. It is an historical fact, often forgotten, that gold was at the centre of Victoria's development and prosperity.
Hey Jenny, can I have the latest gold prices, please?
Gold is not only valuable for the monetary system, but also has significant industrial application in the electronic and computer industry and space programs.
The gold mining shares look very firm this morning. The North Kalgoorlie is by $1.90.
With gold prices above $300 an ounce, it is now feasible to rework the old gold mines and establish new operations. The extensive exploration and development being carried out by mining companies gives every indication that gold will once again be at the heart of a new, expansive and prosperous era.
By profession and birth I'm a man on the earth, and I burrow in it like a mole. I dig it and drill it and blast it and fill it for that great commodity gold. Yet through muck and mire and lung dust and fire, more clearly I'm seeing my goal of planning and drilling and blasting and filling and searching the country for gold. And searching the country for gold.